Hey guys, it's me Paco, and you're watching Bad Witch Books. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to if you are new. I'm Paco if you didn't watch the beginning of the video, and this is Bad Witch Books. Today we are doing fall book recs. Yes, it's fall. I love this time. I would love this time of year, but this is the beginning of my work busy season, so I kind of hate it. Like, I love fall into winter. I love holiday season. Like, holiday season for me is the beginning of October to February, because like we have Halloween in October, November has Thanksgiving, December has Christmas, January has New Year's, February has my birthday. So I count that holiday season. I love it, but of course that is the busy time of work because life hates me. But enough of that. We're going to be doing some fall spooky vibes. I'm not a horror fan, so none of these books are really horror. I do like atmospheric fall books. So, we're going to get into that. I mean, I'm Bad Witch Books, so this can kind of count as Witchy Books Part 2. Because a lot of these books are witchy, and like witchy is like perfect for fall. Like the spooky forest, like, yeah. So these are all like spooky. Not scary, but spooky. Say it with me, spooky. Okay, let's get started. I'm mass filming, so my energy is kind of all over the place today. But the first book I have is a book I'm currently reading, rereading. So I'm not like some people I've seen some other places that will recommend a book they haven't read. I only ever will recommend you guys books I've read. You've heard that here, okay? I will only ever recommend books I've read, but that is, the first book is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is a dark academia book. I will also, because dark academia, I don't want to, like, put any books I just read, but Babel is also going to get mentioned, because Babel is amazing. Watch last video if you want to hear me talk about Babel. But, dark academia vibes, like, school is the perfect start of September, like, school starting gives me very fall vibes, and this is a dark academia book. I think I said that right. But basically, this book follows Alex Stern as she is attending Yale because she is a part of the secret society. She is a member of Lighthouse, which its job is to kind of watch and govern the other houses. Of all their mystical and magical machinations. And Alex also has the ability to see the dead. That is why she is chosen and given the ability to go to Yale, because she was very much not a studious student. Like, she didn't even graduate high school. And she's got some dark stuff in her past that, like, gets talked about in the book. I would look up the trigger warnings for this book, because there's a lot and it's dark. So if you do read this, just know I'm telling you, look up the trigger warnings for this book. It's a lot. It's dark. Even I was at work like, oh shit. But I enjoyed it, so I am recommending it. But I will say, look up the trigger warnings for this book. Because if you read it and you're like, this book's too dark, I don't want to be like, well, I told you it's dark. But yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it. I'm listening to the audiobook again, and it is just the perfect time of the year for it. Fall vibes. Okay, next book is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Malascalco. Also, I would recommend her Stalking Jack the Ripper series works as well, because her plots may not be great, but she's got a really good atmosphere. Like, I think the Stalking Jack the Ripper series is really fun for its atmospheric vibes. Like, each book gives immaculate vibes. Like, the first book, I know I'm talking about this one, but I'm also talking about this, so don't come at me. The first book gives perfect, like, London streets hunting something. The second one is perfect vampire, like, castle vibes. The third one is on a ship, and it's got a carnival vibes. And the fourth one is, like, Chicago in the whatever era that takes place in vibes. Oh, it's so good. I love that quartet. Is it a good writing? Maybe. Is the plot okay? Yeah. But the vibes. The atmosphere. But this series is good too. I felt like it fit more of a Halloween-y fall vibe than the others one did. But this is, I also really love the atmosphere of the first book. Like, the first book's atmosphere of this Italian, like, is Sicily. It takes place in Sicily. The Sicily island, like, I could smell the food. Because, so if you don't know what this book series is about, it's about Amelia. She and her twin sister, Victoria, they are both witches. and they both work and run their family's restaurant. Work for their family at the restaurant, and one day Victoria is murdered, and Emilia is like, well, that can't happen. I have to find out. And she doesn't know. They don't know who killed her. This takes place in, like, what does it say the year? Because this is like historical. Like, it's not like modern day. It doesn't say the year, but she is like, I can't rest without knowing who killed my twin sister. And so she goes on this mission to find out who killed her twin sister, and she accidentally summons the demon prince of wrath, and like they have to form a connection. And it was really fun. I enjoyed it. The like atmosphere, I'll give that again to Karen Macasalco. Atmosphere is amazing. Plot, atmosphere, yes, and that is what we want from fall. Atmosphere. Ooh. Okay. Okay, speaking of atmosphere and spooky witchy books. Year of the Witchling by Alexis Henderson. She just came out with a new book. I haven't read it yet, but I need to get it because it's vampires, and I love that. So this book follows Emmanuel. Right? That's your name? Yeah, Emmanuel, she lives in the town of Bathel, which is very, what is the word for it? Like Puritan village kind of vibes. Like very Puritan village. She lives there with her grandfather, grandmother, and like the grandfather's other wives or something like that. It's like very that like patriarchal, like vibes, very religious, and she lives there, and she is being treated like shit because she is a woman, and not only she is a woman, she's a black woman, which is like in this. So it's even worse for her. And she basically starts getting like drawn to the forest. And the forest is where the witches died. The witches were like banished from the village and died there. And just, it's hard to describe the book, but it's fun. It's gothic. It's dark. It's fun. Honestly though, I wanted her to burn the village down. That's all I'm going to say. She should have burned the village down. This is actually, fun fact, when I first started my book club, this was the first book club pick. So that video where I do discuss the, video is up. This older video from like 1 or 2 years ago. But really fun vibes, really gothic, really just like perfect for spooky season. So that is what this book is. Did any part of this make sense? No, but I'm also not expecting it to, because what do we say? Vibes. I'm trying my hardest not to recommend Cemetery Boys again, because in my last 2 recommendation videos, it's there. So, but it's also here, but it's not going to be talked about. We just know Cemetery Boys is perfect for fall time. Okay. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I'm not putting it in this one because I put in the last 2. I'm like, okay, I need to take a break. I know. We all know I recommend that. Let's get some more books. But this next book is Bruja Born. This is a part of the Brooklyn Bruja trilogy by Zordovia Cordova. This is about the oldest sister of the 3, Lula. And so each book follows a different sister. And I would recommend reading Labyrinth Lost first. But this one I really enjoyed the most, I think. Mainly because we get some death magic in here. But it's really fun. But basically what you need to know is that this book follows 3 sisters who are brujas living with their parents because they're like teenagers. This is young adult. But on the day of the middle sister's death day, so like the day she comes into her power, or she comes like in like her quinceañera, but it's called her death day because they are a community of brujas. She doesn't want anything to do with her power. She thinks it's bad. It's caused nothing but trouble for her. So she does a spell to get rid of her power. And she accidentally banishes her family to another world. And she has to go save them. And so, yeah. And it's really fun, really good. I loved it. The first book is amazing. This book is my favorite of the trilogy. And it deals with death magic, like I said. Like, this has to do with Lula. She's, like, dealing with the issues from the last one. And it's really fun. Highly recommended this one. Highly recommend the whole series. I don't know what I'm talking about in this video, but what do I say this book has? Vibes. Okay, last book. I know it gets a little... Oh, I have 2 more books. Okay, I know this book gets a lot of hate on Instagram and BookTube, but I love this series so much. I love this trilogy. I thought it was really good. I know this also takes place in, like, Christmas time, but this is always giving me fall vibes because, like, it has to do with witches. But also it came out every year. It's like each of the books came out in September. So, like, I always read them in September. But that's the Starpen and Dove series by Shelby Manhurin. This is about Lou LeBlanc is a witch. And she is on the run from her coven because of reasons. And she has to kind of, like, to save herself, trick the witch hunter, Reed Diggory, into marrying her. Because they have to get married because of a scandal that happens, and it is a marriage of convenience. This book is really fun. I love Lou as a main character. She is so fun. She is so feisty. She is so sassy. And that's the kind of main characters I love. She's flawed. I like Reed more in the other books. And I like his growth. And I like the growth and character development that both characters are forced to go through. I really enjoyed this. I like the magic system is fun. That all magic has a price. And that there's, like, different types of witches. And then we get werewolves in the next. And in the newest book that's coming out, we're getting vampires. So I'm excited for that. And I'm like, I'll think vampires? Yes. But yeah. Starpen and Dove. I enjoyed it. I know it's not for everybody. And I understand that. I just think you're wrong. But yeah. This is my recommendation. If you don't like it, I don't want to hear it. You cannot like it. Just don't tell me about it. Okay. The last book I haven't read in a long time. I might reread this soon. But I read this, like, when I was in high school or middle school. But I wanted to put it in there because this always makes you think of how fall, like, mainly because of the cartoon and the web series and the movies and the new movie that's coming out this year. So that is Monster High. I'm a huge Monster High fan. I loved it. I had the dolls when I was growing up. I might get the new ones just to collect, because I used to collect dolls for a little bit. That's another part of Paco's history. But, yeah. So if you don't know what Monster High is, then you're probably not my generation. But this is basically a series about the school that the children of the monsters go to. So you have the daughter of Frankenstein, Frankie Stein, daughter of Dracula, Draculaura, daughter of the mummy, Cleo de Nile, and a bunch of them. So this is the first book in the series. So this follows Frankie Stein. Frankie, she is like, 16 days old, and she is getting ready for high school. And also this follows a book-only character, Melanie Carver, as they have just moved to Salem. And so in this book sets up, like, the series sets up Monster High, the school, and Frankie has to kind of go into hiding at the school in Salem. She has to, like, wear makeup and cover up her, like, stitches and stuff like that. And also Melanie is involved. We learn more about her in this book and in the next one. And it's just them going to school and trying to hide the fact that they're monsters, or that Frankie's a monster. It is really good. I enjoyed it when I read it. I need to reread the series soon. I might make that a vlog. It would be fun. It's just my TBRs are so, like, I don't know. I might read this soon again. Pretty cover. I love Monster High. But yeah, so that is my fall recommendations. That is a middle grade too. If you don't read middle grade, then don't read it. But I wanted to put it on there because it makes me think of fall. So, what are some books you guys read or reread around the fall time? Like, what do we love about the fall? I'm hoping to go to Apple Hill this year, which is like the apple orchard. I try to do that every fall. Get a caramel apple. Don't know why I'm doing this. Think of fall leaves. But I will see you guys next time. And have fun. Oh, this is also going to be the first part of a seasonal series. So you will get a spring rec video, a summer rec, winter rec. I'm excited for the winter one because I got a lot of good winter ones. But see you guys next time.